there, I'm Carl Sealeaf. I'm performing my poem Fatherhood today, and I'm doing it with Beatfreeks TV. Hashtag Carl's mom. Sometimes, when the days take too long to be over with, and the air is left hot with my frustrations at leaving things unsaid, I like to think about the house where we used to live, and how it came to pass that on a day when we say good morning to each other, it feels like we've said too much. I remember that we had a white garage, and that our neighbour's house was such a convincing shade of custard yellow that I once had to run my fingers across the paintwork just to convince myself otherwise. I know we had a low stone wall at the front of our driveway because Sean slid us the scar from where we tripped over it on our way to IKEA. And I can remember the McDonald's at the end of the road where me and my friends used to go to eat, and the church at the opposite end where we used to play hide and seek. But my memories of you in that place are sadly limited. The earliest I have is from when I was about 8, and you converted our spare bedroom into a model railroad track. Cutting the hills out of styrofoam, plastic, and gluing down each individual tree. You were so angry when you caught me and Sean putting 2 trains on the same track just to watch them crash, but a part of me has always suspected that you were glad we were making our earliest mistakes where you could see them. The next isn't until years later, at the age where it became clear that the world contained more than the quarter-mile radius that I had spent my entire childhood in. And I was beginning to meet people who I couldn't understand and who were making no effort to understand me, and your average school day resulted in a lot more questions than answers. I don't remember which question weighed most heavily in my mind that day, but I know that I was crying in my bedroom when you came in to say, your friends are downstairs, Carl, and I didn't care. And perhaps that's the reason why, mingled in with all this anxiety and uncertainty, I still feel a twinge of guilt. Because I know you wanted to talk to me that day, I just didn't want to talk to you. From that day on, my memories piled up against the walls of our house like moving boxes. A cardboard kingdom for a boy trying desperately to breathe the same air as those inside. Ever the observer now, pressed against window panes, isolation slowly churning curiosity into anxiety. Anxiety that pinched my lips closed while everyone else was free to make friends, myself becoming an easy target for my fellow adolescents' boisterous talents. And I need you to know that I don't blame you for any of this. Because back then I didn't realise that fatherhood could mean anything different, and now it just seems petty. Because I'm doing okay now, Dad. Time buries old prejudices, and nowadays people don't seem to treat me as if I'm anyone different, but I still had to write this down instead of saying this to you. I'm a poet now, Dad. And I'm surrounded by people who are telling me stories about parents who are gone, or parents who have left, and of all the things that they would give to have just one more conversation with me. And I hate it. Because I know that you're only ever one phone call away, but I still can't talk to you. There's a wall that forms in my mouth every time that you ask me a question, no matter how hard I try, my tongue can't clamber over to the words that I desperately need to say to you start to drown inside my throat. And the funny thing is, I never felt this way when I was at my lowest. Nobody feels the pain of absence as loss until they see the thing that they so desperately miss right in front of them. And I see it now. Every day. You and him. Learning from your oil-smeared hands how to change the spindle on his bike. He's the exact fucking spitting image. And I don't hate you for this, Dad. I just wish we'd both tried a little harder.